What's up, y'all? I am back for another video. Today, we're going to be roasting Screen Rant. This is part 14 of Screen Rant Is Gay, because they are fucking gay. And it actually applies today, because the article today is titled, Buffy the Vampire Slayer's Dark Willow storyline made the show's biggest mistake even worse. So basically, they don't like that Tara died, because I guess it contributes to the quote-unquote bear your gauge, which I don't even know what the fuck that is. Because I'm trying to think, I'm more into movies. Only, really recently have I started getting into, TV. But, even just thinking about it, what gay people just die? Where did this trope come from? It just sounds made up. Hold on, Screen Rant Megan. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, just minged out for a second. Hold on. Let me refresh it. Hold on. I gotta reopen it. It minged out on me. It's like it froze. There you go. Sorry, guys. I don't know. It just, froze for a second. But anyway. Because they didn't like that Tara died. Which, okay. You could have a problem with how Tara died. Maybe she shouldn't die from a straight bullet. That would have... You should have given her maybe more of a more personal death. But... Problematic storylines. That's what they're calling it. In the disastrous failures, okay, you can, there's definitely seasons I don't like. Well, it's more seven. Seven's y'all know, my least favorite season of Buffy. But I wouldn't call it a disastrous failure either, though. It's still largely a phenomenal show. It's just, yeah, there's some stuff I don't like, but... Okay. Anyway. Before we get into it, tomorrow, for sure, I got my list put together for the 2008 list. So I'll be doing that tomorrow. Probably in the morning, some point. Then Tuesday, we're going to kick off finally the Christmas reviews. We're going to be doing Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2. And now you already know what the thumbnail is going to be. Garbage dick. Yeah, that's why. Which is gonna be my profile pic right now. So I'll be doing that Tuesday. Wednesday, we're gonna be doing since we did the fucked up Jack Frost last year, why not do the actual wholesome one with Michael Keaton? So we'll do that one on Wednesday. Thursday, we're gonna finally finish the Conjuring reviews with La Lorna. And then Friday will probably be most likely either Evil Bong, or I might do we may just get back to the X-Men movies and do X-Men Apocalypse. I do kind of want to roast that one, because that one, it sucks, because I like Apocalypse as a villain, but it's they shit the bed with it. For one, I'm sorry, they should have never went practical with Apocalypse. It's what it seemed like they were trying to do. I'm all for practical effects, but certain villains like Apocalypse, they should have did it how whatever people think of Snyder Cut. Look how they did Darkseid, or whatever I think of Endgame, but how they did Thanos in the MCU in terms of at least his look. They look like right out of the comic. Because they understood, yeah, you got to do those characters like CGI. Trying to do it practical, it just looks like shit, and that's what we ended up getting with Apocalypse. So I actually might do that. I'll do Evil Bong Evangel. It's gonna take a minute. So yeah, but that's my schedule so far. But let's get into this dog shit article. So anyway, their big problem with Tara's death basically is it basically is they say is an example of the barrier gauge trope. Which what the fuck? Because they try to say I guess the trope means when I guess gay people die just to get killed, but I just don't know when this happens. Like I can't think of a time. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Okay. This is what okay. This was seen as a cynical attempt to gain credit for featuring a diverse. What the fuck? So you're mad? Okay. It's weird because they're basically doing the argument I do or a lot of us do about what some of the gay characters they do now, where they're just gay to be gay, no actual like character. But you're actually saying this about an actual character. People like Tara was actually a well-written character. You yourself are complaining that was just killed off unceremoniously, but you're acting like she was just there to be diverse, only to pander to reactionary view. What the fuck? Everyone loved Tara. Who are they talking about? Who the fuck is this like reactionary viewers who's mad that she's there? I guess it's trying to say it undercuts the idea the series cared about its LGBT, all the alphabet, I'm supposed to say alphabet characters. It's so dumb. Buffy the Vampire Slayer had a chance to offer some meaningful representation to him. Oh my god. Just all the talking points. It makes no sense because she was there since season 4. So 2 seasons worth of storytelling. And I'm okay with how I can maybe agree they could have tweaked how she died, but I'm fine with her dying. It makes sense for the story, but it's also like I mentioned in a couple of videos ago when I mentioned I was doing this. Jenny Calendar died. And she's a straight woman. She was like her death, and this was one. Granted, Screenrant didn't make this article. I was originally gonna do a video about a lighter bitching about that because I think it was something to do with like killing women. It was something cringy like that. But this is just. But when I saw this one, I'm like, I had to do this one. This was just even worse because it's like, it's just wham, you killed a gay person. So I'm like, if she had been straight, would it have mattered? Like, it wouldn't have mattered. Like, it's so stupid. It's one thing to have a problem with how she died, but trying to like make it like, wham, you killed a gay person, and still trying to act like her character wasn't meaningful though, for 2 seasons, and acting like they just had her just for pandering, which is fucking hilarious. Because ironically, whoever wrote this probably likes the characters that are actually used to pander now. Tara was actually a well-written character that people liked. So I don't know what. Anyway, so now going into the actual meaning, meaning of this article, turning Willow into Buffy's vampires villain made things. She wasn't even a villain. Like, if we're gonna be real, she was more of an, I guess, slight antagonist, but I wouldn't call her a villain. She was only an antagonist for like 2 episodes. Really, if you think about it. It's almost like she was possessed, if you want to use that kind of word, or corrupted. It wasn't like she was evil. Anyway, we'll go more into it. Oh my god, like, I love this. After the series tanked its LGBTQ representation by killing Tara, Buffy the Vampire Slayer doubled down by turning her girlfriend into a villain. Oh my god. So basically, okay, then went on to turn the only other LGBTQIA character into a monstrous, amoral killer. Because it's another harmful trope, guys, about gay characters depicting them as evil and human. Oh my god. So you can't, for one, these dumb fucks didn't even watch the season because Dark Willow wasn't I mean, I wouldn't even call her evil. She was like a corrupted version of Willow. That's it. But if they watch the episode, Xander talks her down and she becomes the Willow we know by the end of the fucking episode. So it doesn't even make any fucking sense why they're bitching about this. Like, she's Dark Willow for 2 episodes. It's like they didn't watch it. And then it just goes into, basically they just mad because I guess they made a gay person a villain, even though I don't look at Dark Willow as the villain like in the same way as like fucking Angelus, who it was Angel, but Angelus is actually evil. Or the mayor. Fucking those are like legit evil villains. Or even the first who's in the villain the next season. So it makes no sense that that they're going with this, like, well, because then it just goes to they don't want ever gays to, they only want gays, and I think even black, I'm gonna say it with blacks and a lot of like minorities or quote unquote marginalized groups that they like to call them, that they can't have range. Basically, is what these people don't want. They don't want them to have range. You have to only be, you got to be always good people, because God forbid, because I guess according to these people, you can't have an evil gay person or an evil black person or an evil woman, like, who's legit evil, not because somebody else. Glory. I just thought about Glory. Like, she was evil and she was a god. Like, I don't put Dark Willow in that same, because she was kind of just a corrupted version of Willow. So like, they didn't even watch the episode. They clearly just watched like maybe Buffy once, because that's what this feels like. Because I'll admit, I watched Buffy when I was younger, but I didn't really remember it. So I rewatched it a few years ago. So I'll admit, more recently, I've been really gotten more into Buffy. But even I know it's called media literacy. It's not hard. I'm gonna say it again. Dark Willow isn't like a real villain, like in that same sense as like the other ones, like I just mentioned, who are legit villains. Minus Angel, who's like kind of, it's more his evil side, but the rest are pretty much evil villains. Willow wasn't that. Willow gets talked down, becomes the Willow we know, and then by season 7, she's back to the Willow we all know. So what's even the problem? She's not even a long-term villain. If you want to, you even want to consider her a villain, she's a villain just for 2 episodes, gets, talked down, goes back to being the Willow we know, and then by season 7, she's back to normal Willow. Normal magic Willow. So I don't understand what the fucking even issue is. It's like, okay, fine, you want to have a problem with how Tara died, but you're just basically saying you don't want gays to be villains ever, because you don't want to have complexity with these people, these quote unquote marginalized people, including my people, because they always have to be good, and that's it. Because we can't have complexity, because it's not how it's like, it's a retarded view too, because it's not how the world works. There are evil gay people, there are evil black people, there are evil white people, there are evil people in general, of all races, of all whatever. So it's like, when you do that, you're just basically saying you don't want any good, complex, evil characters, because you just want to give one note. Basically, like, you just want, gays have to only be good, and that's it, nothing else. It's so sad, because if you truly cared about these groups of people, you would treat them like human beings, meaning acknowledge that, there are some gay people out there that do evil shit. There are good ones too. Why not? There's nothing wrong with showing both. You have no problem showing evil white people all the fucking time in movies. And granted, you don't really show good ones these days, but you can have a balance. There was a point where you can show evil white person, but you show good ones too, and vice versa with other groups. But now it's so like, no, we can't. We have to only have evil white people, but we can't have black people or other groups be evil. Legit anyway. Not like evil, only evil that they were corrupt. Even it's funny because Buffy, Dark Willow's whole story worked for that reason. And if anything, I was saying this too when I first saw this article. Dark Willow is like, for a lot of people, there's a lot of people who don't like season 6, but the one thing we all agree on is Dark Willow is like one of the best parts of that season. I love that. As someone who loves Hellraiser, when she rips fucking dude's fucking skin off. So I just think it's so dumb. Because in immoral kill, no, she killed the guy who killed her girlfriend. If anything, she did it out of revenge for love. Like, so I don't even understand. They didn't. Once again, media literacy. Media fucking literacy. It's not. Anyway, guys, I just had to roast this article. It was so cringy because it's just basically saying, no, you can't have evil gay people, and oh, you can't kill a gay person in a movie. I mean, I remember a few years ago when there were people who legit, when Halloween Kills came out, excuse me, people bitched about like the gay people and that being killed. Like, they don't know Michael Myers. He's equal opportunity killer. He'll kill women, men, straight, white, black. He'll kill anything because he's Michael Myers. But it was the same thing. They bitched that Michael Myers was being Michael Myers and he killed people and they just happen to be gay. So I think it's a weird. That's like woke. That's like woke to the max, man. When you can't even, like, if you want to be quote unquote pro representation, but you can't, you have to only represent these people as only good and you can't do anything else with them. You can't have complexity with these characters. You can't have a gay person who's evil. Or because, yeah, I guess because if you have a bad black person, oh, it contributes to like a racist stereotype. It's like, no. There are bad black people in the world. That's just life. There are bad people in the world. Like, it's so dumb. Like, if you want, humans are complex. There are good ones and then there are evil ones. Or bad ones, you know. You want to just use the word evil. But, like, there's good and bad, you know? So when I see this, like, woke, like, you can't have the, you know, marginalized people be, like, portrayed as anything but good. It's just like then you just have to have sanitized entertainment. So that, yeah, I don't want that. You know, we wouldn't get a fucking Candyman today if that was the fucking case with these people because he's a black guy, or like they do what they did in that shitty remake and try to make him like an anti-hero. But you know, it's frustrating because it's like they didn't have to do that. But then, like, just and also the reason I did this article too is they clearly did not watch the fucking season because I'm gonna say it again, Dark Willow wasn't even really a villain like that. Not in the sense of like Glory, Angelus, the Mayor, or the First were. Those are like evil villains, you know. I wouldn't put Dark Willow in that. And if anything, she's more of like a corrupted version of herself. And she was only a villain for like 2 episodes. And then she goes back to being Willow by the end. And then season 7, it's almost like it never happened, you know? They mention it a couple times, but largely he goes back to being the normal, you know, Willow that just does magic, red hair. So it's stupid. I don't understand what they were going for. What this article is trying to say. Because they try to act like she turned like straight up heel and just was killing people and then just ignores that she becomes normal by the end. But okay. Anyway, I just had to roast this piece of shit. And I hadn't done a Screenrant Is Gay in a while, so fuck it. Why not do one? I'll see if I can find another one here soon. But yeah, guys. tomorrow gonna be doing my 2008 list, which I cannot wait to do that. I love doing those lists. I can't do them like every single week like I used to do. So I'm gonna make them bi-weekly, so every other week. So I'm gonna be doing one tomorrow, and then next Monday will probably just be something else. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna cheers, and I'll talk to y'all later. Alright, y'all. Talk to y'all later. Fuck Screen Rant. Peace.